Hello, it's Gem Games here once again, and in this video we are going to start creating the functionality for the perks. So yeah, let's get started. First you want to go to the link in the description and you want to download these two perk icons that I have created. And after that you want to go back to your Unreal Engine, and we want to go to the resources and to the icons, and we want to actually create a new folder here. Let's call it PERK icons. And also let's create a folder for these guys. So another folder, and let's call them power up icons, like that. And let's select both of these and move them to the power up icons folder, like that. Now I will give this folder some colors, so maybe like that and like this. Okay, now let's go to the perk icons folder and let's go to the folder where we downloaded the icons, and now let's import them. Okay, now let's go back to the blueprints folder, and we have already created this power up struct. Now we have to create a data table for the perks, so we can actually use this struct. So let's create a data table. Oh, sorry, data table. Yeah, now I want to select the power up struct. Okay, let's call this perks TT, something like that. Let's open it. Let's add two inputs. Yeah, let's call this first. We have to rename this first row to 1, second one to 2, and also these indexes. So second one is 2 and the first one is 1, like that. Now the first one should be the perk health boost. Okay, I will call this also health boost. You can call it whatever you want, but if you're using assets that I provide to you, then you might want to call it health boost, because I have created the machine texture according to this. So yeah. And now the next one, let's call it, let's actually first find the icon. So perk fast reload icon, like this. Let's call this fast reload, like that. We don't actually have to do anything else here. Let's just save and close. And actually let's save all, just to be sure. And now we want to go to our PP first person character. So let's open this. Okay. And what is happening here? Okay, I had done some weird stuff here, so don't mind about that. This set weapon, set new weapon to slot. End of this function should look like this. Okay, and now we don't have to do anything here. That was, I just had done something weird here. So yeah, we can close this and let's go to the event graph. And what we want to do here, we want to actually create a new function. Let's call it add perk. Okay, and here we want to add a one input. Let's call it index. Let's change the type to integer, like that. Let's compile and save. Now let's promote the index to a local variable. Also call it index. Actually, let's call it perk index. Okay. Now what we want to do, we want to get from here and get data table row. get data table row, this at the bottom, yeah. And from here we want to string, and from here we can connect this to the name, like that. Compile and save. Now we want to select the data table, so PERK dt, PERKs dt, compile and save. Now what we want to do, we want to actually create few new functions. Okay, so let's duplicate this power up array. Let's call it perks array, like that. And also this power up in use. Let's duplicate it and call it perks in use, like that. And yeah, I will compile so I can see what we have here. Okay, you need to have at least three indexes here, so 0, 1, and 2 at least. Okay, in this array you don't need to have anything. Okay, now we want to get the perks array and we want to add to it, and from the row found we want to connect it to here, and from the out row we want to connect it to the input, like that. And the next thing, we want to get all widgets of class, and we want to get the player HUD, like this. And from here we need to get, we want to get the 0 index, and let's compile. And now we actually have the code to the player HUD. Okay, so let's click this browse. Okay, let's open the player HUD. We have to create the functionality to here. So you should have already added this little square here. So this should be the perk grid. Okay, let's go to the graph. And what we want to do here is we can actually duplicate this update power-ups. Let's call it update perks. And actually I will move it under the update power-ups. Okay, let's open the update perks. And here we want to do a few things. We have to delete some of this code. So in use already, we can delete that input. Okay, and now it looks correct. Now let's go to here. We have to delete this branch and also this node here. And the whole top part, we can delete that. And now we want to continue connect this branch through output to the create power up slot widget. Okay, like that. So now let's go to here, power up array. Let's delete that and let's get a perks array that we just created. Let's connect it to there. This input, like that. And yeah, also here the power up grid. We should have here perk grid. So let's get it and connect it to the target. Let's delete this power up grid. Okay. Also here the slot ref, where we can find that here. We want to duplicate it and let's call it perk slot ref, like that. And I will move it closer to the slot ref. And actually we can rename this slot ref to a power up slot ref, like that. Now it's cleaner. And now we want to get this perk slot ref, get it here and delete that power up slot ref. And now let's connect that to the target array. And what else? Everything else should be done here. Now let's go here to the bottom part. So here we have to actually change this power up grid to the perk grid. So PERK grid, like that. And now we also have to change this power up slot ref to the PERK slot ref, like that. Okay, and everything here is correct, I think. Yeah, I actually think everything is done here. Now let's just change these input names. So power up index, let's change it to PERK index. And those can be what they are. Okay, let's compile and save all. Now let's go back to the PP first person character. And what we want to do here, now from this get, we want to update perks like this, connect to here. And now we have to make this add true. And now we need to get the local variable PERK index and connect it to the PERK index input, like that. After that, we have to get the perks in use array, and from that we want to set array element, like this. Oh, and now we also want to get the perk index again and connect it to there. And now we want to make this both true. So item true, size to fit true. Compile and save all once again. And yep, that's done actually. Now what we need to do, we need to create yet another function. Let's call this delete perk. Okay. And here we want to add another index. Input. And let's call it index. Now from here we want to promote it to a local variable. Let's rename it to perk index, like that. And now we want to get the perks in use array, and we want to set array element like this. And from here we can get the perk index to the index. Let's add some reroutes to here, like that maybe. And now size to fit, let's make it true, but the item should be false. And after that we want to get the perks array, and we want to for each loop. So like that. Let's move it to here and connect it like this. The next thing we want to do is we want to split this array index, array element, like that. And now we want to get from this array element index and check if it's equal to perk index. Yeah, now we want to add a branch and connect it from the loop body and connect it to here. And after that, we want to get the perks array, and we want to remove index, and from the true. Now we want to get from this bottom part array index, and we want to connect it to the remove index input, like that. Now let's add a reroute and let's connect it to here. Okay, and actually I will move this a little bit, like maybe like that, I don't know. Okay, yeah, actually I want to add another reroute to here because I think that's too close, maybe even more. Okay, like that. Now it's better. And now what we want to do after this, we want to get this and promote it to a local variable. And let's add yet another reroute. Now the local variable name should be called remove index. Okay. And now from the completed, we want to get all widgets of glass. Oh, like that. And now we want to get the player HUD. Let's actually compile and save. Okay, now we want to get from this output. And now we actually need to compile so we can see the results. And now we want to update perks like this. And we want to get the perk index connected to the perk index like that. Actually, let's move this further like this. And now the remove index also there to the remove index. And we want to leave this as false. Okay, compile and save. So yeah. Now the functionality to show the perks and add and remove perk should be done. So let's actually try it. So let's go to the PP first person character. And here, perks array. Let's add a few indexes here. So let's open this first. So like this. Let's change this icon to like, let's see, perk. And that's next. Also, let's get the perk fast reload. This is just for testing. You don't have to do this. Okay, but you can try and see if everything works. Now we want to go back to player HUD and to the event graph. Here on the begin play, we want to call this update perks. So, or do we actually? Let's see what happens. Okay, sorry about that. Let's forget that. Let's delete this and also these indexes from here. Sorry, let's do it another way. Let's go to the interactables folder and we have this base interactable here. So let's duplicate it. Or if you don't have this, you can just duplicate, for example, the door and or maybe the weapon wall by, and you can delete all the functions from there. Let's call this like test perk or something like that. Now let's open it. Yeah, it shouldn't have anything here. Now the interfaces can interact. Let's make it true. On interact, let's cast to first person character. And from the object we want to get player character. And from here we want to add perk. And the index, let's make it 1. So it should be the health, whatever, I don't remember. Compile and save, and let's actually move this here. Sorry, health boost, yeah. And here is interactable get details. Let's change this to buy maybe. And we don't have to change this anything from here because these are just for testing. Compile and save. Now let's move this test perk to here. Let's see if it works. It is lagging. Yeah, you can see. But we can add as many perks that we want, but we will fix it later because we will add that functionality to the machine. But yeah, the ability to add and remove perks and also show them on the screen has been done. So yeah, I think this was all for this video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please click the like button and subscribe for more. And yeah, see you on the next one. Bye.